Some people vanish from relationships like they were never there. No drama, no explanation, just gone. Avoidant partners have a secret language of escape. Their disappearance isn't random. It's a carefully crafted survival strategy born from deep emotional pain. Imagine spending years building walls instead of bridges. That's their life. Every past hurt becomes another brick in their emotional fortress. Betrayal, rejection, abandonment. These aren't just words. They're wounds that shape how they connect with people. When intimacy gets too close, they don't fight, they freeze. Their brain screams one message: danger, protect yourself. So they disconnect, not because they don't care, but because caring feels like risking everything. Their pattern is predictable. The moment someone gets too close, they create distance. A text becomes shorter, calls become less frequent. Emotional availability becomes a ghost. This isn't about playing games. This is pure survival. Their past relationships taught them that vulnerability equals pain. So they choose numbness over potential heartbreak. Years of emotional scarring create a complex defense mechanism. Each failed relationship adds another layer of protection. They become masters of emotional escape, always one step ahead of potential pain. People see their behavior and call them cold, distant, unfeeling. But underneath that calm exterior is a storm of unresolved emotions: fear, hurt, deep-seated trauma that whispers constantly, "Don't let anyone in." They've learned that keeping people at arm's length is safer than risking true connection. Every attempt to get close triggers their internal alarm system. Vulnerability becomes a threat, not a possibility of love. But here's what most people don't understand. Avoidants aren't broken. They're wounded, protecting themselves with the only strategy they know. Their fear isn't about you. It's about every promise that was broken, every trust that was shattered, every relationship that ended in pain. They've become experts at emotional escape. When feelings get intense, they have an exit strategy. Always ready, always prepared to disconnect before getting hurt. Love for them isn't a safe space. It's a battlefield where they've been wounded too many times. Understanding an avoidant partner means seeing beyond their silence, recognizing the pain that drives their behavior, knowing that their distance is a shield, not a weapon. Not all actions are created equal when it comes to reconnecting with an avoidant partner. Some moves push them away. Others create a subtle magnetic pull that makes them reconsider. The first rule: stop chasing. Seriously, every desperate text, every tearful phone call becomes another reason for them to run. Avoidants have a sixth sense for emotional pressure, and they'll bolt faster than you can hit send. What actually works is counterintuitive. They're looking for someone who doesn't need them to breathe, someone complete, whole, independent. Your transformation becomes their most unexpected trigger, not a fake transformation, a real one, where you genuinely grow, improve, and build a life that doesn't revolve around their existence. They've spent years building emotional walls, brick by brick. Each past hurt another layer of protection. So when they see someone who can deconstruct those walls without even trying, it creates curiosity. Imagine becoming so focused on your own path that their absence becomes a footnote, not a dramatic statement. Just a simple fact. That's when they start to wonder. Avoidants are drawn to mystery, to people who don't explain every emotional shift, who don't need constant validation, who live with a quiet confidence that doesn't scream for attention. Your personal growth is their most powerful magnet. When they see you thriving, expanding, becoming more of yourself, something shifts in their perception. You're no longer the person they left behind. You're an intriguing possibility. Strategic non-pursuit is an art form. It means living your life so fully that their potential return becomes secondary, not unimportant, just not a desperate necessity. They're watching, even when you think they're not. Every social media post, every subtle hint of your progress, they collect these pieces like psychological evidence. The psychology of reconnection is brutal and beautiful. These partners have been wounded so deeply that their emotional survival depends on maintaining distance. They've learned that closeness equals pain. Vulnerability means destruction. So they create elaborate defense mechanisms that look like indifference but are actually sophisticated protection. Your energy becomes the most powerful communication, not through words, through action, through living a life so compelling that their absence becomes irrelevant. They're watching how you heal, how you grow, how you transform pain into power. Each step you take becomes a silent message that speaks louder than any desperate plea. Most people misunderstand avoidant partners. They see cold behavior. What they don't see is the wounded child inside, terrified of repeating past traumas. Their disconnection isn't a choice. It's a survival mechanism carved from years of emotional bruising. Understanding this changes everything. Create space that feels safe. Show that you can exist completely without their emotional input. That's when they become curious. Their return isn't about winning. It's about creating an environment where reconnection feels like a choice, not an obligation. Where they can approach without feeling trapped. The moment they realize you've become someone different, someone they might not fully understand, that's when reconnection becomes a possibility. Remember, you're not trying to get them back. You're becoming the person they might want to know again. A living, breathing testament to emotional resilience. The silence after an avoidant partner's departure leaves a landscape of unanswered questions. Where the previous exploration exposed psychological triggers, now we dive into the practical techniques that might create a subtle pathway back. Listen up. Communication becomes an intricate dance when dealing with someone who has mastered the art of emotional escape. No rehearsed lines work. No desperate messages penetrate their carefully constructed walls. This is your reality right now. You want to know the truth? Your communication needs to become a whisper, not a scream. Look at your phone right now. Those desperate texts, stop. Short, meaningful messages that don't demand response. A text about your personal achievement, a casual update about a new skill you're learning. Nothing that hints at your pain. Each word you choose matters. Watch how social media transforms into your silent messenger. Your posts are windows into a life that's thriving, evolving, completely independent of their existence. Your professional milestones, personal adventures, moments of genuine joy, these become breadcrumbs of intrigue, not staged, authentically you. Here's what you need to understand. When you invest in yourself, learning, growing, expanding, you become magnetic. Languages you learn, skills you develop, passions you pursue, your energy shifts. Your confidence becomes a tangible force that radiates beyond digital screens. Pay attention. Boundaries become your most powerful weapon, not walls of anger, clear, calm lines that demonstrate self-respect. You're not waiting. You're living, fully, completely. Your life doesn't pause for their potential return. The reconnection process requires patience. Profound, quiet patience. No chasing, no proving. Just existing in your most authentic state. They're observing, even when you think they're not. Every subtle change becomes a potential signal of interest. Creating space means more than physical distance. It's an emotional landscape where they feel safe to approach. No pressure, no expectations, just an open invitation that doesn't feel like an invitation at all. Their return, if it happens, will be on their terms. Unpredictable, unexpected. A moment when they decide the risk of reconnection feels less frightening than continued isolation. Your job isn't to force that moment. Your job is to be ready, to be whole, to be undeniably yourself. Healing becomes your primary focus. Not healing to get them back. Healing because you deserve peace. Because your emotional well-being isn't dependent on their presence or absence. This becomes your most powerful signal. A radiant independence that speaks louder than any desperate attempt to reconnect. Look at your life, your professional growth, personal hobbies, meaningful friendships. These become your anchors. Each investment in yourself creates a gravitational pull that might, just might, spark their curiosity. Not through design, through authentic living. A life so rich, so full, that their potential return becomes a mere possibility, not the centerpiece of your narrative. Rebuilding trust. Every connection has its breaking point. Now we are going to unravel the most complex challenge of rebuilding trust with someone who has mastered emotional distance. Look at you. Your pain isn't a weakness, it's a survival blueprint. The strategies you've learned are just the beginning of a transformation that goes beyond simply trying to bring someone back into your life. Every scar you carry is a testament to your resilience, a map of emotional terrain you've already conquered. Stop and breathe. Trust rebuilds through moments so small, you might miss them if you blink. Each interaction is a delicate exchange of emotional safety. Your words carry weight. Your silence speaks volumes. Think of trust like a fragile glass sculpture. It shatters easily, but can be rebuilt with patience and precision. Imagine vulnerability not as exposure, but as quiet strength. Share without expectation, a casual mention of a new skill, a brief glimpse into your personal growth, nothing desperate, nothing forced. Your authentic self becomes the most powerful language of reconnection. Pay attention to your energy. Boundaries aren't walls, they're invitations. You're creating a landscape where genuine connection might emerge. Your presence becomes magnetic, not through pursuit, but through authentic transformation. Each step you take is a subtle signal of your inner evolution. Listen closely. Communication is an art form now. Short messages, unexpected insights. Each word a carefully crafted brushstroke in the painting of your evolving self. No scripts, no pleading, just raw, confident expression. Your narrative is no longer about loss, but about profound personal discovery. Your personal growth is a powerful signal. New skills emerge, unexpected adventures unfold, connections form that have nothing to do with your past relationship. Languages learned, hobbies explored, perspectives shifted. You're writing a narrative of resilience, not of victimhood. Feel the rhythm of healing. It's not a destination, it's movement. Your emotional world expands, creating space for possibilities you can't yet imagine. You're not waiting, you're becoming. Every moment of self-investment is a rebellion against the pain that once defined you. Watch how your world transforms. Friendships challenge you. Experiences reshape your understanding of connection. Your universe grows larger, more complex than the pain that once held you captive. The wounds that once seemed insurmountable become the very ground from which your strength grows. Rebuilding trust isn't about them. It's about you. Every step you take is a declaration of your worth. No more waiting. No more wondering. You're the architect of your emotional landscape. Your healing isn't linear. It's a powerful, unpredictable journey of self-reclamation. Unexpected moments become your teachers. A conversation, a spontaneous decision, a moment of pure, unfiltered self-discovery. Trust rebuilds in these fragile, powerful instances of genuine human connection. Your story isn't about who left, but about who you're becoming. After navigating the intricate path of rebuilding trust, you need to understand the critical moments when walking away becomes your most powerful act of self-love. Your heart isn't a battlefield, it's a sacred space. Not every connection deserves your continuous effort. Some paths lead nowhere, and recognizing those paths becomes your ultimate survival skill. Watch for the silence that speaks louder than words. When communication becomes a one-way street, when your messages echo into nothingness, that's your first warning. Consistent unavailability isn't mysterious. It's a clear statement of disinterest. Pay attention to pattern repetitions. If their behavior mirrors past interactions, the same emotional withdrawal, the same unexplained distances, you're witnessing a rehearsed performance of emotional manipulation. Your intuition isn't paranoia, it's protection. The promises that never materialize become your biggest red flag. Empty words float like phantom ships, never reaching the shore of real commitment. Actions always reveal the truth, hidden beneath polite conversations and potential maybes. Emotional investment requires reciprocity. When you're the only one showing up, fighting, trying to maintain connection, you're participating in a solo dance. Real relationships breathe with mutual energy, not one-sided desperation. Your mental health trumps potential reconnection. Those moments of anxiety, the constant second-guessing, the emotional exhaustion, these are not love. These are warning signs screaming for your attention. Observe how they handle your boundaries. True connection respects limits. If they consistently push, manipulate, or ignore the lines you've drawn, you're dealing with someone who sees you as a conquest, not a partner. Some connections are meant to teach, not to last. Not every person who enters your life is designed for long-term presence. Some are temporary lessons in understanding your worth, your limits, your true emotional landscape. Recognize when pursuit becomes self-destruction. Your energy is precious. Your emotional resources are not infinite. Protecting yourself isn't weakness. It's the most profound form of strength you can demonstrate. Healing isn't linear. Sometimes it means walking away. Sometimes it means choosing yourself over the illusion of potential. Your story doesn't end with their return. Your story continues, with or without them. The final test? How you feel when you think about them. If the thought brings more pain than hope, more confusion than clarity, you have your answer. After understanding the warning signs, it's time to focus on becoming someone truly amazing. Your growth starts now. This isn't about looking good for others. This is about becoming the best version of yourself, for yourself. Confidence isn't something you fake. It's something you build, step by step, skill by skill. Every time you learn something new, you become stronger. Think about it like building a muscle. Each small effort makes you more powerful than before. Stop letting others control your happiness. Your life is yours. Not everyone deserves a space in your world. Choose who gets to stay. Your energy is precious, and you get to decide where it goes. Learn something that makes you excited. Take a class. Start a hobby. Master a skill that makes you proud. These aren't just activities. They're your way of showing the world who you are. Maybe it's cooking. Maybe it's coding. Maybe it's learning a new language. Whatever lights you up inside. Stop explaining yourself. Your worth isn't something you need to prove to anyone. You are enough, just as you are. No apologies, no justifications. Pure, raw authenticity. Your personal growth is powerful. Learn a new language. Start a side project. Read books that challenge you. Each small step makes you more interesting, more confident. The world opens up when you invest in yourself. Boundaries are your protection. You decide who enters your life. You decide what treatment you accept. No explanations required. Your peace is non-negotiable. Some days you'll feel strong. Some days you'll feel weak. Both are okay. Growth isn't perfect. It's messy. It's real. It's beautifully human. Attraction isn't about looking perfect. It's about being real, showing your true self, your strengths, your challenges, all of it. Unfiltered and unapologetic. Build a life so good that someone else's return becomes unimportant. Your story isn't about waiting. It's about living. Fully, completely, with passion and purpose. Your transformation is your greatest power, not to get someone back, but to become someone who doesn't need anyone's approval, someone who knows their worth, someone who chooses themselves every single time. This journey is about you, your healing, your growth, your incredible unfolding potential. You've rebuilt yourself, transformed your pain. Now it's time to look forward with clear eyes, knowing your journey is about more than just getting someone back. Realistic hopes aren't about limiting yourself. They're about understanding how relationships really work. Not every story has a perfect ending. Some stories end with you becoming stronger. Listen up. The most powerful move is accepting what happened. What's done is done. Your energy now belongs to your future, not your past. Stop playing those old memories over and over in your head. Some connections are just lessons. The pain you went through wasn't a punishment. It was a teacher. Each moment showed you something about yourself, about love, about setting healthy boundaries. Your healing isn't smooth. Some days you'll feel amazing. Other days, memories will hit you hard. That's okay. Feeling everything is part of getting better. Moving forward doesn't mean you forget. It means you learn, you grow. You become someone who understands their past without letting it control them. Your experiences changed you, but they don't own you. Hope isn't about waiting around. Hope is taking action. It's building a life so good that old pain becomes just a small part of your story. Your journey continues, with or without them. You get to choose. Choose to heal, choose to grow, choose to believe in yourself, no matter what anyone else says or does. You write your own story. The world is full of amazing possibilities, new connections, new experiences, new love. This moment isn't an ending. It's a fresh start. Your fresh start. You're not defined by who left you. You're defined by who you become after they're gone. Strong, brave, completely yourself. Every tough moment made you who you are right now. Stronger, wiser, ready for whatever comes next. Your life is an open book, and you're holding the pen. This is a lifeline, a reminder that you're not alone. If these words resonated deep in your soul, if you felt something shift inside you, then you know this isn't just another video. Subscribe to the channel and feel free to leave a super thanks. It truly helps. Thank you so much for your support and for watching.